Hey, welcome back, guys. This is the Bedroom Voice podcast, and I'm your host, Captain Cruz. Yes, this is a brand new episode. The last episode was our pilot episode where I explained what this podcast is about, what you'd expect, and everything in between that. Today, we're starting officially, and I am so excited. I hope you guys are. If you're new here, this podcast is where we talk real stuff. We have fun. It's for comfort. It's for safety. It's just for us to, figure things out and just enjoy life as 20-something-year-olds trying to make sense of what this world is as we grow older, and hoping that we make friends, we get advice, and we share experiences along the way. That's basically what the Bedroom Voice podcast is all about. Now, like I told you guys, every week is going to be a three-tier episode in which it's going to be 3 segments released different days for each week, twice a month. So that's 6 episodes every month. And this is the first official episode that starts the whole thing. I'm excited and I hope you guys are too. So this week, right, like I said, we have 3 segments for this week. This is the first segment. The next segment is going to be the one where I have a guest appearance, and the last episode is where we wind down for the week, just so that we can have fun and enjoy our weekend properly. So this week, right, our entire theme for this week, we're going to be talking about something that I feel like a lot of people don't like hearing, but it's very important for us, and that is structure. Structure is something that changes everything. Structure also works hand in hand with discipline. So we're just going to be talking about that. Like I said, this episode is just to introduce the vibe, give you the vibe of the week, and just get you locked in. And then the next episode is the one that we're going to have a guest. And the last one is our Low Life Friday, where we just enjoy the vibes and cruise into the weekend. So we're gonna take a short break now. When we get back, we're gonna get into the episode fully. This is Bedroom Voice Podcast, and I'm your host, Captain Cruz. Welcome back, guys. Once again, this is Bedroom Voice Podcast, and I'm your host, Captain Cruz. Like I told you, this week we're going to be talking about structure, discipline, and everything in between. We're going to be talking about how to structure ourselves so that we can reach our goals and also be the best version of ourselves that we can be. Because honestly, who wants to be mediocre? Who wants to be basic? Who doesn't want to evolve? We hear so much talk about higher self. Who doesn't want to be their highest self, their best self? And it's nice if you have talent, it's nice if you have money and all of that, but if you don't have structure, if you don't have discipline, how do you maintain those things and keep them even multiplying for you? So that's what we're going to be looking at this week. Obviously, we're not going to talk about everything today. I'm just introducing it to you so that for the next 2 episodes, when you hear me yapping about structure or discipline, you won't be so surprised like, oh my days, she's repeating the topic. But yeah, so that's it. So now let's really get into it, right? So, like I said, structure. This week is really important because, like I said, talent is beautiful. Structure and discipline, those are the things that are going to hold your talents like this and not only get you to the door or get you into those rooms, but they help you stay in those rooms. They help you continue to be beneficial in those rooms and places that you see yourself or that you find yourself, because you can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't have self-control, if you don't have a proper structure to guide you, you're just going to be like one of those loose people that's, you're just like a dead fish going with the flow, or whatever that means in funny situations, funny situationships that people have these days. But before we get into all of that proper, let's take a moment, let's close our eyes, and let's be real. Mentally, just check in with yourself. Are you ready? Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Where are you mentally? What's happening? How are you feeling? I'll go first. I'm really stressed. It's midterms week, so with the reading and the exams, there's a whole lot in my head right now. Starting a podcast in the middle of midterms is also something that is stressing me out. There's this situationship that I had that is no longer there, and I have to walk around this campus and pretend that I'm a hard guy and I don't miss this guy, which is a very serious shocker for me. Added with all the 1,000,001 graduation requirements that I have to do, that is due in like 7 days. So wow, that's how I'm doing, guys. But you know what? Last, we go do alright. We're gonna be fine, right? So do the same thing. Just close your eyes, talk to yourself. What's your vibe? And also tell yourself you're gonna be alright, because you got this. No mountain is too big. Nothing is bigger than you. You are the program. So you are gonna get through this week. We are gonna get through this week.
You ready?
Yes, baby. When we come back, we're gonna get into the bureau talk for today. Stay tuned, guys. Welcome back, guys. Welcome. I keep saying welcome a lot, right? But let's get into the bureau talk for the week. Now, about structure. Like I said, you can have the talents, the vibes, the opportunities, but if you don't have structure, if you don't have discipline, I can tell you for a fact that that's just wasted ability. Because if you don't know how to ground yourself, how to package yourself, how to build yourself intentionally, you're just going to have potential that is not properly maximized because you are too busy staying in one place instead of pushing yourself to grow. Do you get? It's one thing to succeed, it's one thing to get into those rooms. That's what your talent is going to do. But how do you maintain it? How do you elongate that success that it multiplies into better for you? And how do you structure and plan yourself so that you are showing up your best, you are your best version, mentally, physically, emotionally, right? Let's even talk. What exactly is structure? I've been saying structure for like the last 10 minutes. What exactly is structure? Personally, to me, structure is self-respect. Structure is waking up or going to bed when you said you would. Structure is keeping the promises that you set for yourself. Structure is you working hard to achieve your goals, your targets, just like you said you would. Structure is perseverance, is you following your goal, not your mood. Is you carrying that, having that ability to just rely on yourself, rely on your strength, and not your motivation. Structure is not, oh, I really want to do this thing, but I don't have change, so I'll wait, I'll procrastinate. That's not structure. Structure is this you have set it is XYZ and you follow it. Of course, it's very important for you to be flexible, because a rigid structure means that you are closed off to different other opportunities or possible ways of doing things. So it's very important that while you have structure, you also have the flexibility to bend things as you encounter them to fit into it. But that structure is like the foundation of everything. is where you stand on. Even with your flexibility and everything, that structure keeps you grounded enough to have defined values, defined do's and don'ts, define things that push you or like propel you. Do you understand? And it's very, very important because how you show up for yourself, how you come through for yourself consistently, intentionally, it ends up showing up in your relationships, in your schoolwork, in your leadership, in your in whatever you're doing. It shows up, it shows itself because it has a certain type of confidence attached to it, one unshakable confidence of I know who I am, I know what I stand for, I know what I'm gonna do and what I'm not gonna do. And that mindset, it drives you, it helps you. You're not a pushover, you're not just going with the flow like a dead fish. Why? Why do we avoid structure? To be honest, I feel like because it makes us uncomfortable. Our bodies, naturally, our mind is wired for enjoyment. We want instant gratification. We want to see the reward. We want to just chill and see reward. So structure is something that makes you really uncomfortable, and not a lot of people can sit in that discomfort. Another reason why I feel like people avoid structure is because it exposes our inconsistencies, our imperfections. Structure shows you where you are lacking, it shows you where you need to improve. And if you're not someone who is comfortable looking at yourself, flaws and all, in the mirror, you're not going to be able to stand the reflection that structure is going to give you, because it is going to force you to change. Structure requires maturity. That's the last thing that I believe we avoid, is the reason we avoid structure. Structure requires a certain type of maturity, self-awareness, what's the word now that I will use? It requires you being the adult, being the bigger person for yourself, not just for whoever or for what you want to do. And that means coming out of your comfort zone, putting in the work, doing the work even when you don't feel like it, because you are not looking at what is there right now. You are looking at the rewards that is there in the future. How happy, how satisfied you're going to be with yourself when eventually you come out on top or you come out successful, So you have to remember that growth, progress, structure, they don't respond to our comfort zones. They respond to discipline. They respond to showing up. They respond to keeping your word. That is what it responds to, not just your vibes, not just your, I'll figure it out later, I just have to procrastinate first. That is not what structure responds to. We have to master ourselves. We have to do what needs to be done, despite how we feel, despite whatever is going on and what not. Now, let's pause. I have a question for you before we go on the break and before we close this video session. Here's something for you to think about. Are you really tired? Are you really unmotivated? Or you are just unstructured? Think about that for the rest of the episode. We're going to go on a quick break now, and when we get back, we're going to talk about the song of the week, the vibe of the week, and then we're going to wind down. This is Bedroom Voice. Stay tuned. See you soon. Okay, welcome back, guys. That was a round of our burial talk, and I hope that it's marinating in your mind, it's marinating in your head, that you're really, really thinking about it and you're evaluating your choices and decisions so that you can have a more structured life moving forward. This is just March. We have at least 9 more months for you to build a structure for yourself, and structure shouldn't be something that's is working against you. It's something that you should enjoy because it's for your own good, right? So just think about that, okay? Now we're gonna get into the really, really fun part of this episode, which is the song of the week. Now, before I tell you this week's song of the week, right, let me tell you. This song, when I heard the song, it low-key feels like a mantra. Like, I don't know how you guys hear lyrics. You know, when people hear lyrics, sometimes they'll just be like, oh, this boy is just singing about money and cars and all. But if you really listen to lyrics and try and understand them, you would really see that this particular song, it not only aligns with our theme of the week, which is structure, but it also talks about grinding, building, working towards a better life. Do you get? It's not just about, oh, we go just chop life, we go make 5 million, we go fly overseas, we go pop bottles. No, it's talking about the effort, it's talking about the hunger and really, really wanting more for yourself. Because why wouldn't you want more for yourself, right? So that's basically what I got from this song, and I just felt like it resonates so much with this week's theme, and I couldn't pass it by. So, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll, please. The song of the week, don't stop the drum roll, keep going. The song of the week is Umber by Sila. Now, the song is available on all streaming platforms. Just check Sila Chomka and enjoy it. I'm gonna play longer snippets for you so that you can check it out, you can enjoy it, add it to your playlist when you need some motivation, when you need to remember who you are, when you need to remember that you gotta keep grinding, you gotta keep doing this for yourself. Just play that song, and once we come back, we're gonna get into the last part of this segment before I have to say bye-bye and wish you a happy new week. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy on your size the chonka.
You gotta believe the things I be doing with my energy. Trying to settle with my enemies, but my enemies gotta put in the scene. Boy, I don't wanna try, but then I gotta do it anyway. Because I have a reason to celebrate. That's why I be up on the Saturday. Can I believe I'm standing so rooted? Five on the roof, I can say hallelujah. Moving so hard, I could say I'm a ruler. I'm on the way to my promise from Jesus and got it so much. I've been feeling so generous. Peace are just there for me. When I pull up on my Scorpio, principles.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the song. That was Umber by Sila Chomka. Now, as we round up, I can't let you guys go without us establishing the vibe of the week. Now, the vibe of the week is where we challenge ourselves to see how we can grow this week. I would love to hear your stories at the end of the week to see what you did differently that helped you. Now, remember that we're talking about structure and discipline. So, just for this week, how do you think that you can do something differently? What do you think you're going to do differently for yourself just this week that you feel like it would help you be a better version of yourself? I have some practical tips here, some very easy, some very simple things that I feel like we can all, try out. Again, it's okay, you don't have to use mine, you can think of yours, whatever works for you. The idea is we are growing, we are trying new things to ensure that we are being better than we were yesterday. So here are a few ideas that you can try. The first one is pick one goal for the week. One goal. Maybe your one goal for this week is to not let your assignments get to due days before you start doing them. Maybe your one goal for this week is to ensure that you get to your classes 20 minutes early. Maybe your one goal for this week is to ensure that you reply all your texts at a timely manner. It's up to you. You know yourself, you know where your flaws are, where you're lacking. So pick a goal and stick to it that you know would help you in those areas or in a specific area that you are lagging. And you know the best part, set a very nice reward that at the end of this week, should I attain this goal, I'm going to reward myself. You can take yourself out, get ice cream, treat yourself to Inspired by Ems, whatever it is that you want to do. Just have something and a clear timeline too for when you're going to complete it. It's not something that you'll be like, oh, I'm going to do this, and you keep procrastinating. No, see, for the next 3 days at this time, this is what I'm going to do, and try and stick to it. Another thing is, do one simple task at the exact same time every day. For example, as soon as you wake up, the first thing you do is drink water. Or as soon as you wake up, the first thing you do is make your bed. Pick one specific thing and do it repetitively the entire week. See how that works for you. Me, one thing I do is, as soon as I wake up, I drink water, I say my prayers, and then I get ready to run in that order. And it has become so repetitive in my head that when I wake up and I skip a step, I feel like something is missing. So you can try that too. It's not about being dramatic, just to build consistency. Another thing is, create a reset ritual. It could be taking a long bath every Friday. It could be changing your sheets every Tuesday. Just create a reset ritual for yourself, that you know that when you're doing this thing, you are resetting, you are restarting, and have fun with it. It's not punishment. Have fun with it. You are doing something to better yourself, so you should not see it as an inconvenience. You should see it as something to embrace, something to enjoy, because it's for you. And then the last thing is, observe one distracting habit you have. I'm not saying change it, I'm not saying anything, just observe it, track it for 7 days. What I'm gonna do, that's the one I'm gonna do personally. My distracting habit is, I'm a very emotional person. So once something triggers me, I shut down or I push it away. So this week, I'm going to track myself, see how often it happens, how often I get triggered, how often I shut down. By noticing those patterns, I will be able to curb it, I will be able to manage it better. So those are the little practical steps that I have for you. Remember, it's progress over perfection. You're not expected to get it the first, second, or third try, but you are supposed to keep pushing, keep doing it until it sticks. And even when it sticks, you're still going to make mistakes. That's okay. What matters is that every time you stand up, you are determined to still do better for yourself. And the most important thing, be nice to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Don't leave your room until you have looked in the mirror and said some wonderful things about yourself. It doesn't have to be a crazy affirmation. You can just look at yourself and be like, wow, I'm really beautiful. Or wow, I'm going to be all smiles today. Or wow, I have the ability to make people happy. Just compliment yourself. It's not that hard. You know yourself. It is you to you. Don't be ashamed. Be nice to yourself. You deserve all the love, all the compliments, all the good things that you are desperately trying to pour into that boy or that girl that is not answering you. Pour it into yourself, because nobody deserves it more than you do. So please, be kind to yourself. Figure out what works for you, what's not working for you. Just track it, and eventually you will change. You will get to a point where you're not thinking it's hard or it's anything. It will come naturally. It will come naturally for you. And remember, it is progress. It is structure first before success. Okay? Now, that's the vibe of the week. I hope that with this little tidbits, you're going to go into your week knowing that you can conquer, knowing that you are that guy, you are that girl, and you will do something. You can do something, and you are going to do something that will get you to your better self for the next 6 days.
They ain't never gonna get it. They ain't never gonna get it. They ain't never gonna get it.
Okay, guys, we are at the end of today's episode. Before I go, here's your bedroom thoughts for this episode. Follow your plan, not your mood. Your future self, your higher self will thank you. I don't want to elaborate too much on this, but follow your mood. Follow your plan, not your mood. Your mood is very deceiving. It's just feelings. Feelings come, feelings go. But that structure, it will always be there. Follow it, hold it tight and follow it. Look at your future self. Your future self wants to be a baddie. She wants to be the it girl. He wants to be the most sought after bachelor. He wants to be the smartest in the room or whatever. Is it by what you're doing right now that your future self is going to get to that? Think about it. With that, with all these thoughts that I have left for you, I hope you think about it. I hope I have inspired you and encouraged you to try and do something differently that will push you to be better this week, right? Next episode is going to be our guest appearance, and I'm so excited for that episode. I know I mentioned it last episode, but really guys, I'm really super excited because this person is one of the most structured and disciplined people that I have met on campus, and he's a creative, so it's like, wow, how are you a creative and you still have this structure and discipline? Because no offense, I'm also a creative, so I'm shading myself. We are not the most structured people as creatives, I'm just saying. So to see someone who is excelling there, I can't wait to have him here because I want to pick his brain, I want to learn from him, hear his secrets, and also just vibe with him. So guys, that's it for today. I will see you in the next episode. Remember to stay safe, stay cozy, stay real, and have a wonderful week. This is Bedroom Voice. Out.
No space for haters. I don't want drama, I don't want stress.